Hey guys, welcome back to CineView. For this episode, we'll be looking at an action thriller titled Plane. The plot centers around a pilot allying with a prisoner to save his passengers from a hostile territory they landed in for an emergency landing. Okay, I'll be more specific, but I need to limit myself in case you haven't seen this film yet. Luckily, I can say what was on the trailer and a little bit out of it too. So here's how it goes. Brodie Torrance is a British commercial pilot, and he used to be a pilot for the Royal Air Force. He and his Hong Kong co-pilot Samuel Daly were planning to fly from Singapore to Honolulu via Tokyo on Trailblazer Airlines Flight 119. However, a huge storm caused the plane to make an emergency landing on Jolo Island. Torrance decides to search for help, and for some reason brings along with him Louis Gaspar, who is supposed to be extradited to Canada on a homicide charge. Torrance makes it to a warehouse and fixes the phone, and he calls the board of Trailblazer of their location. And he also calls his daughter to assure that he was okay. There is a problem though. Jolo Island is run by the terrorist group the Abu Sayyaf, and while Torrance and Gaspar were out, the rest were kidnapped by the Abu Sayyaf. Torrance and Gaspar have to trust each other to save them. Thankfully, Gaspar has military experience. They work together to sneak into headquarters, save the rest of the crew, and escape the headquarters. Although that was not easy, and the struggle to fly off the island can get you on the edge of your seat. Gaspar decided to stay behind and help Trailblazer 119 get out of there. But now, Torrance gets to see his daughter again. The lead role goes to Gerald Butler, the star of The Phantom of the Opera, 300, P.S. I Love You, The Ugly Truth, Law Abiding Citizen, The Bounty Hunter, and the Has Fallen film series. It also stars Mike Colter, who was in the films Girls Trip and Breakthrough, but is best known for his Netflix roles as Luke Cage. Yosin Ann gets his first major film role here, and Tony Goodwin, who's on Ghost, The Pelican Brief, Disney's Tarzan, The Last Samurai, Scandal, and Divergent, is also in the film. The movie was directed by Jean-Francois Richet and was written by Charles Cumming and J.P. Davis. The music was done by Marco Beltrami and Marcus Trump, the former of whom is an Emmy winner and two-time Oscar nominee who did numerous projects. Gerald Butler serves as producer of the film alongside veteran producers Lorenzo Di Bonaventura, Mark Valradian, and Mark Bouton. Alan Siegel joins all of them too. The reviews were not too bad. It had 77% on Rotten Tomatoes, and Metacritic gave it a 62 out of 100. It earned a B+ on CinemaScore as well. This movie was very entertaining when I watched it. It barely had any boring parts to it. It gives us plenty of action with a very good storyline. But is it worthy of an Oscar next year? I don't know. It's too early to call. It's still very early in 2023, so only time will tell. But it was a very interesting storyline. It should get an Oscar nomination for Best Screenplay because the plot of the film was very unique. That was my favorite part. And it was also nice to see Louis Gaspar redeem himself and live out his past glory days as a veteran. And he is right. Redemption can be found in the most unusual places. And Brodie Torrance having the balls to work with the killer, oh man, that was so cool. So my rating for this movie, I'm going to give Plane 9 stars. It was really good, really that great, and I highly recommend it for all of you to see. I really hope you enjoyed this review. If you want to be up to date on weekly reviews, don't forget to like and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any content. See you next time on CineView.